Hi, I'm Natalie Sytner from Bettina Ceramica. Welcome to my home. I have lived here for about 5 years with my family, my husband and my 2 daughters who are 7 and 5. And it's very much my studio and working space as well as my home. Bettina Ceramica I founded around the same time as we moved here, actually. It's a real passion project for me. Italian ceramics is something which I love, that I've grown up with. We actually lived locally for about 3 or 4 years, and I would walk past this house a lot and I never knew it even existed. It's a bit of a TARDIS from the outside, so you wouldn't really know what was happening inside. I was heavily pregnant with my second daughter and I found this house and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I know exactly where it is. So I went to go and see it without telling my husband and fell in love with it immediately. We got the keys, I think, 6 weeks before I was due to go to hospital to have my daughter, and we moved in 5 days before I went in for a C-section, so it was quite intense. So one of the main things I fell in love with was the kitchen. The bones of the kitchen were solid wood, so we kept the main structure of the kitchen. What we did was, with our carpenter, we had doors and drawers made to kind of go onto the bones of the kitchen. I just wanted a very, very, very clean, simple aesthetic, and then it's painted in Farrow off-white. So for a bit of context, the kitchen is actually a very large room, and it's the room that you enter into. We had quite an interesting job trying to zone this area, because obviously it can feel overwhelming probably. So we kind of wanted to make like a little sitting room area, the dining space, and then we had an island made to sit here. Everything kind of happens around this island. It is very much the perfect place to showcase all of my ceramics. Pretty much everything that you can see on the shelves up here is Bettina Ceramica, whether it's archive pieces or newer pieces or pieces I'm trying out. In my home in general are antique or vintage. A lot of it is from my mother, who is an avid collector of ceramics and artwork and bits and bobs, I would say, and I've definitely inherited the love of that. The vibe of Bettina Ceramica is very much mixing traditional design with contemporary design. A lot of the pieces I have worked with Italian artisans to bring back from the archives. Everything has a historical design element. All the factories I work with are sort of 2 or 3 generations old. So I love the idea that we can have all these pieces out today in a kind of modern contemporary kitchen and they still look cool. I like to kind of juxtapose the two, so having kind of like a stainless steel shelving unit with, you know, a bowl that was designed by someone sort of 80 years ago, I just think is a really beautiful thing. One of my favorite pieces in the house is this painting by Beryl Cook. She was an artist that my great uncle looked after. He had a gallery on Cork Street and he specialised in idiosyncratic art. This is one that my father gave to me, which we had in my house when I was growing up. I like it because it's old school and maybe not what you would expect. I have a lot of very abstract art, but I like to mix the two together. This very much feels like it's part of the kitchen as a whole. And then in other areas of the house, I have more contemporary pieces that kind of sit alone in a much larger space. This painting is another piece of art that I've inherited from my parents, who are big collectors. It's by Bernard Dunstan, who is a Royal Academy artist. And this hung in my kitchen when I was growing up as well, despite the fact it being a bathroom scene. It was my mum's favourite painting. For me, it's very important for the artwork to bring the colour in. There are nods of pink in here. I kind of like to put things together that maybe wouldn't naturally expectedly be together. This is one of my acquasantieras here, which also has a kind of pinky tone. It's very much about kind of creating warmth in the space. So now we're into the sitting room, which is actually a converted garage. So we've maintained a few of the original features, which is the open concrete ceiling. And then in here we had this built. Everything that we have within the shelves here is something that means something to us. We have a few vintage cameras that are my husband's. He's a very keen photographer. Also some old trophies. My father was a racing driver, so I like to keep some of his trophies kind of dotted around the house. My girls have got some in their bedrooms as well. Just generally bits that we've picked up on our travels around Italy mostly. So that's where I get most of my inspiration. And then in front here, we have my dad's Eames chair from the 60s. So he has given this set to me, which I'm thrilled about because I think it fits really nicely in this room. We kind of also have a few other pieces, vintage stainless steel desk. Again, I kind of like to mix in the old and the new. The majority of the furniture in the house is vintage or antique. I love the feeling of something feeling worn in already. I always wanted to have a metal desk, so this one came up at Chiswick Auction House. So yeah, for me, it's very much about collecting pieces. We lived in the house for a couple of years without a coffee table or certain elements. We just kind of had boxes with a tablecloth over the top whilst we were waiting for the dream thing. I very much have a vision in my mind of the pieces that I want to have. So I've had a lot of eBay notifications set up for a very long time for a specific Conran coffee table, for example, that I wanted from the 80s. These Arne Jacobsen ant chairs, and ended up getting those on eBay. So yeah, set up lots of notifications and did a lot of waiting. The sofa is a 4-meter sofa from Conran, which is a very great investment. I love it, and it's something that I think we will keep forever. This is the Conran coffee table that we waited for a long time from eBay, which I absolutely love. My dad actually used to have the desk version of this coffee table when I was growing up in his office, and it kind of just has amazing memories for me. So I kind of love the burl wood effect. One of the main things with this house, with having so much open shelving and everything on show, with having 2 young children, is kind of maintaining calm. So there's a lot of places where we have hidden storage. And we have another USM unit here, which is absolutely full to the brim with toys. And then in the kitchen under the stairs, we've kind of made a cupboard under there, which is full of shelves, and it's crazy. And the girls have painted it pink inside, and that's very much their space to house all the toys. We're very lucky to have this courtyard space outside in northwest London. We've got the 4 doors which lead from the kitchen and the sitting room out to the space. So on very hot days, we love to have all the doors open and everyone's kind of running around. It's a really, really lovely haven on hot nights, and it's just a really lovely, cool spot. For the children's rooms, I really like the idea of collecting antique pieces that have a kind of warmth and coziness to them. I think for the rest of the house, I'm kind of a bit more into a contemporary style, I would say, but their rooms very much have lots of collected pieces that I feel like just have a coziness to them, which I think is really nice for them. This is an antique sleigh bed that I found on eBay for her, and this painting is a painting that I had in my bedroom as a child, The Owl and the Pussycat. The shelving in the girls' rooms, I just think is a really lovely place for them to kind of like add their little personal pieces, and we try to keep everything as clutter-free, but here is somewhere where they can just go mad. I just kind of like to frame things that maybe don't necessarily feel expensive or important, but are important to us. And then in here we've got another antique bed. This is actually a day bed that I got from Shepperton Studios, which was a film prop, which I thought was really, really beautiful. So here she's got a vintage school desk, one of the lift-up ones, which is really cute because it's just a nice little size, which is perfect for her because she's only 5. There are lots of reclaimed pieces throughout the house. The house has been renovated by different architects over time, and we actually found it quite hard to find a lot of the history of the house. We've obviously also renovated it again ourselves, so there's lots of different times when people have added things to it. A lot of the features are reclaimed. Downstairs we've got beautiful reclaimed doors, and then upstairs we've got a lot of reclaimed stained glass windows, which is such a lovely touch. And in my eldest daughter's room, the ceiling is beamed, and we have that also in the spare bedroom, which is extraordinary. It's a kind of cottagey as well, which is really lovely. So now we're in the master bedroom. This is a nice big light room. There's 3 windows in here, so it gets a lot of light during the day, which is really nice. So although I'm not a huge fan of built-in furniture, I thought it'd be really nice along this kind of corridor into the bedroom to have the wardrobes all along one room, so that when you then come in here, it feels like it's a very nice open plan space with very little things going on. We have a painting above the bed, which is by a friend of mine called Maya Laraz. And she painted it especially with colours and style that I had in mind, which is really lovely. And again, our Bettina Ceramica lamps here, the bedside tables. And this is the ensuite bathroom, which is a really lovely calm space as well. Just white Moroccan Zalige tiles, which I think feel very like fresh and clean. And then I just had a sink skirt made with a really nice heavy linen here from the cloth shop. And we have another Beryl Cook painting in here, again from my uncle's gallery, which is some ladies bathing in the shower together, which again I grew up with. For me, it's very important to have a calm and neutral space. That's probably the most important thing for me to have in my home, because I feel like the life outside is so mad being in London, and with kids and everything, it's all a bit crazy. So the bedroom is a really lovely big space, but we have decided purposely not to fill it with lots of furniture, as little clutter as possible. And there's obviously a lovely natural flow into the bathroom here. I would say I'm a massive fan of linen. So all the bed linen is linen, the curtains are linen. We have lots of linen voiles. I think that is very much a kind of a vibe that I really like. I like everything to feel not too ironed and perfect. I quite like the kind of more natural feel. All around the house, all of the fabrics are from the cloth shop in Portobello. I really love their just very, very simple and natural aesthetics, really lovely, heavy, slubby linens. They just have the most beautiful colours, natural tones, which is really important to me as someone who doesn't particularly love colour. Similar to how we've done things downstairs and in the children's rooms, I've kind of continued the feeling of vintage furniture throughout into my bedroom. We have a vintage chest of drawers and chest down here. But again, I've probably kept it a little cleaner through here, more of a mid-century feel, whereas in the children's rooms, I like it to be quite kind of whimsical and cozy and cute. I think a lot of the pieces are from Vinteria, but I also love places like Spazio Leone, Old Woods, Studio and Store, all kind of independent makers that have really beautiful vintage pieces. Thank you so much for joining us on my home tour. I really hope you've enjoyed it. To see more, you can find us on Instagram at Bettina Ceramica. Thank you so much for watching.